Hello and welcome back to Minecraft and Tekkit. As you can see, I got the quarry behind me running. I'm standing on a freshly charged leadstone energy cell, hardened one of course, and a lot of stuff has happened between this episode and the last episode, which I will explain to you. First things first, let's go ahead and get on high ground. And we're going to see if we can see it. Way over there. See where my thing is pointing? It says Desert Dungeon 1. Yesterday and today a little bit, I spent many hours wandering the wide world. You'll see it's like over a kilometer out there. 1,100, a little over 1,100 kilometers. And what I did is I went out to find a village for emeralds, because the emerald thing is kind of pissing me off. I want my power suit, and I want to be able to add stuff to the power suit. So I went there, found that dungeon over 1,100 kilometers out, or 1,100 meters out there, and there wasn't any emeralds, but I found a lot of mistcraft stuff. And mistcraft is something I have been wanting to get a hold of and do, but I thought I was going to have to start from scratch. Fortunately, I'm not. I didn't. But anyway, as I explored the dungeon, got the stuff out of the chest, found a bunch of gold too. Then I continued this way. Anyway, the Desert Dungeon 2 is almost a kilometer out there. And that I found 3 emeralds in. And more gold and more mistcraft stuff. And I'll show you the booty that I picked up. So I decided to come home, and as I was coming home, I went across some plains where I found a village. Now these dungeons I probably won't go to again. You climb down, you avoid the pressure trap. Unless I need the TNT, then I'll farm out the TNT. But the village, there's a lot of villagers there. I might need them. I know a couple of them will give up emeralds for various things like cotton and whatnot, like a stack of cotton or stuff like that. So I consider it a bit of a success. So I'm happy about that. Now if we go in here, the computer is running and it's actually fully charged. There's my 3 emeralds I found. I found a diamond over there too, so I have 4 diamonds. If we look over here, I have 36 gold. I found a ton of gold out in those dungeons. There's a chest in the village that had a bunch of stuff that I didn't really need. Like iron sword, a chest plate, stuff like that. So I just left all that out there. I think I have them in here. Pick up carrots. There they are. I picked up some carrots from the village because you got to have if you're gonna have farms, then you're gonna need carrots. And sludge is massive. But I'm not going to do the power suit thing this episode. I am actually going to maybe work on the power a little bit more, do a better system of power. One thing I've done is I had the little, this item duct going down the ground to feed that coal generator, whatever it was. But I was running out of coal up here, or charcoal. Oops. So, yeah. So I decided to not do that. And besides, I want to get a bunch of charcoal saved up, because when we upgrade, we're going to need it. So let's see what we got here. So I'm going to build a new power unit. I'm going to do big reactors. And I'm going to build a smaller big reactor. And I'm going to build it over this current setup here, since it'd be kind of cool to do that. What I am going to do is go over to where the marble is right there and start collecting a bunch of marble. Okay, I'm done mining. We take a look. I've got a couple stacks and almost a half of marble, so I can start. I'll go ahead and put that in there. I got a lot of stuff to put up in there. Yeah, so I got a couple. Let's see if I can't put this stuff up here too. Oops, I think we're out of room, maybe. So I'm eventually going to have to, oh, it's dark, build another drive and make some more room on the old computer. Time to do a little upgrade, right? See if we can play Doom. Can it play Doom? So anyway, Fluke's Dust. I am going to, let's use Mr. Actually, just put the mushrooms and the eyeball, excuse me, and the pumpkin seed right there. And I will start by building up this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe I'll have it to where I can step out of my bedroom or whatever and get up on the power supply station or whatever. There we go. Oops. There we go. Alright, I will be back when I get done building this. Alright, so my little structure's done. I had to turn off my tree farm because it's too close, and I'm using this wood as a decorative element, I guess would be the best way to put it. If we take a look around, I guess I could put some wood across there, but I'm not going to. Yeah, my harvester was taking the decorative wood and turning it into charcoal, which is fine, but you know, it's something that I didn't want to have to deal with. I'm gonna have to put more glass up there too, so I'm gonna have to move this further out maybe as soon as possible because I need all that charcoal because that's part of my power supply. But let's actually, I'm gonna move the wood farm and then I'll get started on the reactor. Alright, I got the tree farm moved a little bit further away from the hut. I'm going to have to do the same with the rubber farm, which I have turned off for now. And I think it's working. I'm pretty sure it's working. Oh, by the way, let's check how much. Ooh, lots of obsidian. See how we're doing with here. The magma crucible. How are we doing here? Ah, yes. So this is turning out pretty well. Wait a minute. So there's water. Not much here. Is this getting power? It is getting power. It just needs cobblestone. Why is this not breaking? Is this getting power? According to fine, I'll put a switch on it. We'll see what happens. Whoops. So I'm assuming it's active. Well, I'll worry about that later. I'm just trying to get this other stuff done. And it's dark again. Right, a snooze and I'll be back. Okay, it's morning again. Let's go outside, take a look at what we got. Let's make sure we are getting some... I need to figure a better way to get in and out of this thing. Actually, the house and the power supply are too close together. I might have to change that. Now I did make this little entryway here. I just want to make sure we got some. Is there coal? Oh, we have, holy shit. So basically what's going on, there's 30 here. Let's do this. I should have given this a little bit more thought. So there's 30, 16, jack shit. That's probably a bad idea, but I don't care. Nothing going on there, nothing on there. So what I might need to do is pull a few stacks out of the computer and put it in here, and we will see what happens. It has a stack. Okay, so it's pulling a stack at a time, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. That's probably going to affect my ability to actually, let's check out, see how we're doing here. That thing's still full. Okay, so we are doing pretty good. We are doing pretty good. I was a little worried. I was a little bit worried. Now, speaking of which, let's go ahead and get started on the atomic stuff. I've spent a lot of time doing other crap, so we're going to need, I'm going to pull blocks of coal out. I'm also going to pull a bunch of this stuff out, because we're going to have to, oh shit, let's take this glass out, put it in the computer, see if there's room. There is room. Yellorium we will probably need. So let's go ahead and now we should get a certain special block called a graphite bar. Works for me. So we'll just go ahead and pull that out, and we'll pull those all up in there. Electrum, and we'll just put a bunch of this other stuff up into the computer. Let's throw you guys in there. So yeah, we'll need to start making this graphite. Iron ingots we will need. Let's go to big reactors. We'll need iron ingots, I believe. So reactor controller needs a diamond, yellorium, reactor casing, and redstone. Reactor casing is yellorium in the middle, these graphite things, and iron. Now I'm going to need a bunch of these, but it makes 4. But yeah, I'm going to need a ton of these things. Wow. I'm making a fairly small reactor that's going to sit up on top here and pump its juice down that hole. So, and the outside will be out here. That's going to be part of the wall. I'm actually excited about that. There's a wall there. Let's see how we're doing over here. Let's make sure we're doing okay here. I'm holding radioactive bars and I'm going to eat. Okay, it's looking good, I think. Try to idle work. Oh. Do I need to be closer with this thing? I do, don't I? Well, shit. Alright, I'm gonna fix this and I'll be back. Okay, the tree farm is working better. I think I'll keep it like that for a while. And maybe I need to make it bigger, I don't know. It's hard to say. We'll keep an eye on that. But let's go ahead and get our reactors going. We'll see how our we have almost a stack and a half, a little less than that. And how are we doing here? Pulverize this. So yeah, we're going to need a lot of this. And then I'm going to go ahead and make some casings. So we'll see. Okay, so I just got back from mining. Had to do a bunch of mining. I needed iron. I got a stack and 18. So I'm hoping that that will, let's go ahead and throw the iron in there first. Some copper, some tin, aluminum we won't. Yellowite we will. Got a bunch more Ceratus quartz. So I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Ceratus quartz dust. And more quartz. Oh, I hate sneezing like that. And I found an iron ingot in a train. It was like a minecart with a chest in it, plus another disc and another Pokemon ball. So that's all good stuff. Can I put that in there? Yes, I can. And more fence, obviously, as I dug out dungeons. So what I'm going to do now, let's go take a look at the quarry. Looks like it's stopped again. And see if there's anything good. Oh. Copper, tin, aluminum, copper, iron, yellowite, and more coal. So we will take this. Let's give it a snack first. Start charging it up and get the next battery. Hopefully it's charged again. And we'll continue on with our reactor. Okay, here's what we have so far, the reactor. I probably could have just got by with the 3x3 one, but for some stupid reason I decided to build a 5x5 one. And there are control rods. I'll go up probably 5 also, that I will need. And I don't know, I'm resource starved right now, so this is getting kind of more convoluted than I'd wanted. But right now I'm letting the iron I went and harvested, let that all get pulverized so it can double it, and then it will go in and get oh, it looks like we're doing pretty good. Go ahead and, what's the stack in there? We'll go ahead and use it to make more of the reactor casing. Okay, this thing is almost done. I hope I put this thing together right. It's it's been a long afternoon of collecting resources for this thing. What I will do is I'll get a reactor casing and put it down here, and the rest of this I will just use, actually I'll use, oh, I got 2 left, so I can do one there and one there. Block is not valid for machine interior. So apparently I'm doing something wrong, which does not surprise me, honestly. But in theory, you put your, this is an input bus or or access port. And when the arrows point in, that means it's input. So you put your uranium in here. And here's another one where it comes out. So I think I've done something wrong. Block is not valid for machine interior. So I think I've done something wrong, and I'm going to think on it a bit and see if I can't figure it out, and I'll be right back. Okay, I figured out what was going wrong. I changed this around a little bit, but my problem was I hadn't filled up this part with glass, so it was open. And I'll go ahead and do that. Oh, see, it changed. And this is working. This is the input where we put our uranium. And you know, it's going to use up a little bit, so let's go ahead and put that. And this is the output, which our waste product will come, which is another resource we can use for another type of reactor. You'll notice the inside, I guess it's the Elorium rod, is actually doing stuff now. This is the power tap or whatever. So what I'm going to do now is take some of this hardened leadstone energy conduit and bring it up, and we will just have it go like that. So now we are making, oh, look at that. We don't have a lot of energy. We got to activate reactor. Okay, there we go. Core heat. See how much our redstone. Okay, yeah, this is okay. It's working pretty good. These things don't blow up that I know of. I've been told they haven't by various wikis. That might change in the future. So I'm more apt to use something like this, other than the other. There's another mod for a reactor, a fusion reactor or whatever. There's fission and fusion. I might play around with that, but I don't want something that's going to blow up and like pollute my little, my little abode here. So, but yeah, this thing's going full, and it's still providing energy. It should be charging up everything downstairs. Should be doing pretty good, I hope. So yeah, we're full. We're full there. That's full. I need to make more hard drive so I can continue doing my my computer. But yeah, it looks like it's doing well. I'm actually really excited. I'm eventually going to build an enclosure for that. This thing hasn't really caught up yet. You know, notice a lot of these things aren't red and working. So maybe, just maybe, we can start catching up a little bit. Or maybe I'll have to make a bigger tree farm. And this thing should be, yeah, it's max. And if we, well, I should want the other door. If we go downstairs, oh wow, that's full already. Whoops. It's like fire got a hold of that. I'm just going to pull this wall down because the fire keeps catching. There's lava under this little thing here, and it keeps catching stuff on fire, so I am going to just get rid of that. Alright. It'll be wide open. I kind of like it wide open. Let's see how we're doing here. So it is making... I might have to get a second redstone furnace and set it up on the other side so we can double our output, you know, because we're getting 3 or 4 different types of wood. You know, and some of this stuff could be you know, burning now, or it could be being made into charcoal. There's another type of reactor which I'm going to use from big reactors, but that's going to wait, or I'm going to have to wait on that until this quarry gets done. Because when this quarry is done, I'm going to use it to build my lair. And in the bottom, I'm going to have the couple different reactors for massive power. And so this is doing about halfway. I'm going to have a computer core down there. So let's go ahead and grab some of this stuff. 10. And that way, the basement will be just really cool stuff like the server farm and reactors. You know, who doesn't want a reactor in their basement? Now, I'm a little worried, obviously. Here's my bed, and here's a giant reactor. And, you know, it's, I don't want it to give me the, you know, you know, some sort of tumor on my head or something. You know, when I'm sleeping. Not that's going to happen in Minecraft, but, you know, you think about stuff like that. So I'm going to have to build an access. I'm going to build probably expand this out a little bit so I can build a wall that will go all the way around it. And then this house, I'm going to convert into a some sort of sorting facility where I can sort ores into separate assembly lines, where there'll be a different pulverizers and different furnaces. You know, like for iron, everything that's iron will go, you know, through its own line. And if, you know, the pulverizer, you know, has byproduct, which we'll send that back, and the byproduct can go to a, you know, to the chest that it needs. Like if there's ferrous ore chest, or if there's a ferrous ore line, obviously the ferrous ore will go there, and when it's pulverized, it can go into a chest, like as a buffer. And if there's, like from iron, I think you get ferrous as a byproduct, and you can just pipe that to the ferrous, you know, buffer, so it'll all go through the ferrous furnace. The ferrous furnace. Anyway, I think we might have to call that a day. It's been a long day, almost a 3 or 4 hour day putting this together. I still have a lot to do. When I get the computer working and I can store stuff in the computer, I'm going to put import and export bus. Actually, I might set this up so when I start getting the waste byproduct, I can process it up here, and then I'll put it in the computer. The computer is going to make a lot of things more efficient. I won't have to use item duct so much, and so I won't have to do weird wiring schemes. So over here, I'll process the waste material and pump that in the computer, and then when it comes time to make our secret lair over there, we'll set up the next reactor, which is a lot more efficient. And this one could be a lot more efficient too. At the time, you know, right now, it is what it is. I don't have any coolant like going in, so I'm not worried too much. But yeah, it's 548 redstone flux per tick ish, and 2017 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So anyway, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our big reactor. For now, my power situation is a little less dire. Next, I'm going to have to tackle resource situation, because I got to feed this thing Yellorium, obviously, and I got to figure a way to power the quarry without me having to run back and forth, which means I'm going to have to make a redstone energy cell, or maybe even a tesseract. But for that, I need a mob farm. Oh, so much stuff to do. Ouch. And so anyway, I'll see you guys later.